Hey champs, I hope this finds you doing great. Can you relate to the following? You plan to wake up for your early morning jog. However, at the last minute you decided you would rather have a with the snooze button instead. Found yourself finishing off your day job. About to drive to the gym, you suddenly question, have I recovered from last Tuesday's walk? Just parked in the gym, ready to tear it up, and suddenly you realize you forgot how to walk. Or perhaps you actually made it to the gym, and on your first minute on your treadmill warm-up, you think to yourself, F this and F my life. Well, I'm happy to tell you that this video is going to give you a reason to actually work out. Do you think this reason is to look good at the beach, look more jacked than your peers, to impress the opposite sex, to look like you could fight anyone? Or is it to perhaps create a contractile tissue shell to protect your fragile ego? While all of the above are excellent reasons, there is one scientific reason that would trump them all. This reason is BDNF. Let's go! Chapter 1. The Sea Squirt. I am roughly 90% sure that this is not what you are thinking. The sea squirt is an actual sea creature that spends the first part of its life swimming around the ocean looking for a rock to latch onto. While swimming around, it uses its brain and nervous system to navigate around the ocean and all the obstacles within it. Once it finds a rock to attach to, it quite simply digests its own brain and nervous system and remains the rest of its life living attached to this rock. Why does it actually do this? Well, according to Dr. Ratey, the main reason why we need a brain and nervous system is for movement. And in the case of the sea squirt, once it no longer requires to move, it no longer requires its own brain and nervous system. A lot of the information we're going to cover here today is taken from the book called Spark by Dr. John Ratey. Definitely worth checking out this book. Dr. Ratey also states that the brain primarily evolved to control movement. Thinking and learning were only secondary functions for this evolution. Therefore, movement and brain health are deeply connected. This is why exercise is so crucial for maintaining cognitive function. So basically, if you don't move, you don't need a brain. Chapter 2. So what is BDNF? Well, it stands for Brain Derived Neurotrophic Factor. This does several things, but in summary, it is fertilizer for the brain. So basically, BDNF helps grow new neurons and also helps strengthen the existing connections between neurons. When BDNF levels drop, it becomes harder to learn, to memorize, and to quite simply stay mentally sharp. BDNF strengthens the prefrontal cortex, which is basically the rational part of the brain, and it also dampens the amygdala, which is where the fear and impulse centers of the brain are held. The link between exercise and BDNF. Basically, exercise is one of the most powerful ways to boost BDNF naturally. Without regular movement, BDNF levels will drop. Regular exercise also reshapes the brain's ability to cope with stress. This will make you better at handling stress, anxiety, or any other emotional challenges. Exercise and antidepressants. So Dr. Ratey states that moderate aerobic exercise, such as brisk walking or jogging, is as effective as antidepressant medication, if not more, with longer lasting effects too. Also worth noting that exercise builds the brain's resilience rather than modifying its chemistry temporarily, priming your learning abilities with exercise. It has been proven that if you exercise before a learning endeavor, you will actually retain information better. Students that implemented short exercise bouts before learning activities portrayed better academic results and also better behavior. Basically, movement primes the brain to learn, not only by increasing BDNF, but also increasing other neurotransmitters such as dopamine or norepinephrine. So, what are the best exercises to boost BDNF? According to John Ratey, it seems like aerobic exercises such as running, swimming, or biking show the biggest increase in BDNF and also brain plasticity. Strength training also increases BDNF, however it is the aerobic training which seems to do it at the best rate. High intensity interval training, or HIIT, is a good way to incorporate both aerobic and non-aerobic training styles together, while also resulting in a good BDNF boost. If you really want to build a workout regime around optimizing BDNF, I would recommend the following. Walking, ideally every day for around 30 minutes or so. Aerobic training such as biking, swimming or running around 2 to 5 times per week with a maximum of 40 minutes per session. Incorporating sprint sessions as a form of HIIT training, which would occur once to twice per week, and about 6 sprints per session with the relative rest time allocated in between each bout. And last but not least, lifting weights 2 to 5 times per week, not exceeding 45 minutes per session. So to conclude, sometimes we need a strong reason to start or maintain a workout regime. Of course, looking good, feeling good, increasing our self-confidence and overall health are all good reasons to exercise. But what's the point of having all that without optimal mental health? So please, whenever you are struggling to get into your workout, please remember what we covered today. But until next video, onwards and upwards.